the world is currently in a state of shock over the news out of Miami today, December 25. While we pray for the Messi family following Maria Sol's accident, the pitch doesn't stop. We are looking back at the most terrifying season in MLS history, a miracle that changed the USA forever. Here is the full story of the Messi evolution.
Lionel Messi.
Lionel Messi.
Lionel Messi.
Lionel Messi.
Lionel Messi has extended his contract with Inter Miami through 2028.
Something extraordinary is unfolding in world football, something that even the most seasoned analysts cannot fully explain. Lionel Andres Messi Cucitini, at 38 years of age, is not slowing down, not fading away, not drifting quietly toward retirement. Instead, he is erupting with one of the most devastating, statistically absurd seasons of his entire career. His performances defy biology. His consistency defies age. His influence defies every established rule about the natural decline of elite athletes. This is not normal greatness. This is evolution, reinvention, a phenomenon we may never see again in our lifetime. And so we are left with a few questions. Not many, but enough to disturb the comfortable narratives we believed about football. How is Messi still dominating the sport when most players his age are long retired? How did he transform Inter Miami, once the weakest team in Major League Soccer, into a title contender built around his heartbeat? And what does this late career explosion mean as the world moves toward 2026? Could there be one more miracle, one last chapter waiting to unfold? Before we dive into this extraordinary journey, make sure you subscribe to Soclytics, where football becomes cinema and legends become stories. Join the Soclytics family, because today we are stepping into a chapter of Messi's career that feels supernatural. By the end of 2025, Lionel Messi wasn't just good. He wasn't just effective. He was terrifying. Across 55 matches for Inter Miami and Argentina, he delivered 47 goals, 28 assists, and 75 total goal contributions. These are numbers expected from a phenom in his early 20s, not from a man approaching 39. Yet Messi produced them with ease, with elegance, and with a level of consistency that no one, not fans, not critics, not even former teammates, saw coming. He became football's greatest assist provider of all time with an impossible total of 405 assists. His career goals climbed to 896, placing him second on the all-time scoring list. He dominated World Cup qualifying with the same ferocity he once showed in Camp Nou nights under the brightest Champions League lights. He won the MLS Golden Boot. He dictated the pace of games not by running faster, but by seeing faster, thinking faster, and controlling every sequence with surgical precision. The truth that emerged was simple and frightening. Messi hadn't slowed down. The sport had slowed down for him. His dribbling still hypnotized defenders. His vision still sliced lines open with unnatural clarity. His finishing still carried the same ruthlessness that made goalkeepers tremble for 2 decades. Everything about Messi in 2025 suggested not a decline, but a renaissance, one nobody predicted. And all of this was happening with a club that had been drowning before he arrived. Inter Miami was a broken project. Founded in 2018, joining MLS in 2020, they struggled with identity, chemistry, and results. By 2023, the team was fractured, a newborn club stumbling through seasons without direction. Fans were hopeful but exhausted. Analysts dismissed the franchise as a glamorous idea with no real foundation. Then Lionel Messi stepped into their world. He didn't just change the team, he changed the league. He changed the country's relationship with football. Sergio Busquets arrived, Jordi Alba followed. The DNA of Barcelona flowed into Miami like electricity, transforming a lost club into a reborn orchestra. Suddenly, Miami wasn't a weak MLS side anymore. It was something else. A team with structure, rhythm, and purpose, built around the most influential athlete on the planet. In just 3 seasons, Messi created a miracle. Miami lifted the league's cup, their first trophy in history. They produced 81 league goals in a single season. Messi contributed nearly half of them. They climbed to the Eastern Conference summit. Miami became a team with belief, courage, and tactical identity. And by the end of 2025, they were 1 match away from lifting the biggest trophy in the United States. Those who thought Messi came for retirement misunderstood the man entirely. Messi came for a mission: to build, to elevate, to finish his career with meaning. And he attacked that mission with the same hunger he once showed in Barcelona's golden era. To understand why Messi's Miami journey feels so magical, we have to revisit the legend he carried into the United States. For 17 seasons at FC Barcelona, Messi didn't just play football, he defined it. 672 goals, 303 assists, 35 trophies, 4 Champions League titles, 10 La Ligas, 7 Copa del Rey triumphs. He became the most complete footballer the world had ever seen. Creator, destroyer, leader, magician. The world watched in awe as he ripped apart Getafe with a Maradona-like run, as he delivered a miracle header in Rome despite being the smallest man on the pitch, as he painted masterpieces at Wembley, as he held his shirt up to the Bernabeu in cold defiance, as he tore Liverpool apart with a free kick that bent physics itself. His highlights weren't football moments, they were global events. Then came Paris Saint-Germain, a chapter filled with noise, mistrust, and politics. Yet even under those conditions, Messi produced elite numbers and quietly prepared for the defining achievement of his life, the 2022 World Cup. In Qatar, he completed football. He reached the absolute peak of his destiny, lifting Argentina to eternal glory. So when he chose Inter Miami, it wasn't a step down. It was a fresh canvas, a new adventure, a new continent, a new stage on which he could write his final chapters with freedom. And what followed was the most unexpected miracle. Messi's arrival in the United States wasn't a signing, it was a cultural event. Ticket prices exploded, stadiums filled, MLS viewership soared, shirts sold by the millions, celebrities lined up to witness his magic. The ripple effect was bigger than what Beckham created in 2007. Louder, deeper, transformative on a national scale. Inter Miami, once irrelevant, was suddenly global. Fans in Asia woke up to watch their matches. Fans in Europe stayed awake for his free kicks. American audiences, many experiencing their first taste of football greatness, found themselves mesmerized by a man whose every movement felt like a brushstroke on a canvas. This wasn't just success, it was a revolution. Messi's debut in the League's Cup was a script written by fate. Against Cruz Azul, tied match, 94th minute, free kick. The stadium held its breath. Messi took a single step. His left foot carved the ball into the top corner. The world erupted. It felt supernatural. It felt cinematic. It felt like the beginning of a story written by the football gods themselves. Across 7 matches, Messi delivered 10 goals, countless moments of magic, and resurrected Miami's spirit. He destroyed Atlanta United with generational brilliance. He dismantled Orlando. He revived Barcelona chemistry with Jordi Alba in a goal that stunned Houston. He scored the longest goal of his career against Philadelphia, and he delivered the decisive moment in the final against Nashville. Miami lifted its first trophy. Messi's American journey had begun, but much more was coming. Not everything was smooth. Messi's first 2 MLS seasons were haunted by injuries. His muscles tightened, his ankle swelled, his national team duties drained him. Miami lost matches without him. Critics returned. They said his body was finally surrendering. They predicted his decline. Even during Copa America 2024, though Argentina lifted the trophy, Messi showed cracks. He played through discomfort, limped off in the final, and cried as his teammates finished the job. The world wondered if this was the beginning of the end. But Messi's story doesn't include decline, only reinvention. 2025 wasn't just Messi returning to form, it was Messi reinventing himself into a new, terrifying version, Super Messi. 35 goals and 22 assists across 33 MLS matches. 8 braces, a ruthless hat trick against Nashville. Nearly breaking Carlos Vela's all-time MLS record, the highest dribble success rate in the league, the most Player of the Month awards, the most influential season any MLS player has ever produced. And when the playoffs arrived, Messi became monstrous. 2 goals in the opener, another crucial strike in the second match, a 4-goal demolition of Nashville in the decider, a hat trick of assists and a goal in the quarterfinals, a 5-0 destruction in the semifinals. Messi wasn't declining, he was ascending. As 2025 ended, a new storyline emerged. The 2026 World Cup was coming to the United States, Mexico, and Canada, and whispers grew louder. Could Messi appear one last time? Could he lead Argentina into a final dance? Could the world witness the most emotional farewell in football history? Every match he played suggested yes. His hunger hadn't faded, his fire hadn't dimmed, and Argentina still revolved around his gravity. One more miracle seemed possible. Miami's last mountain before entering 2026 is the championship match against Vancouver, a rising rival with ambition and belief. But they don't have Messi. One step from the trophy he came to America for. One match from fulfilling his mission. One moment from completing the greatest transformation in MLS history. If Super Messi appears again, the outcome may be inevitable. As we enter 2026, the world faces a strange truth. Lionel Messi's career, instead of ending, is evolving. He is scoring more, creating more, commanding more, inspiring more. He is bending time, rewriting aging, and proving that greatness does not fade, it adapts. No one knows how long this will last. No one knows if 2026 will be his final chapter. But what we do know is that we are witnessing history as it happens, inside the myth, inside the miracle, inside the legend. And the next pages may be the most beautiful yet. If you want more cinematic football documentaries, deep storytelling, and analysis that explores legends like never before, subscribe to Statistically right now. Join a community that loves football the way football deserves to be loved. This is Statistically, where the game becomes art.